In today's video, you are going to learn how to create a fixed footer on your website without writing a single line of code. Fixed footers are kind of like a trend nowadays because more and more people are using it. And I'm going to show you how you can set up your Framer project so that you can pull this effect off on your Framer website or basically on any website. I think this structure or general approach will be applicable to many other website builders as well. So without any further ado, let me introduce myself. My name is Nandi. This is Framer University, and let's get started. So just to show you an example, here is the off-grid website. Here is the link that you need to visit if you want to visit this website, and it is using the same fixed footer that we're going to be building today, and it looks really cool. So as you can see, the effect is basically that you scroll on the website and then the footer will appear on the bottom of the screen, of course, but it will be fixed, so it will not move, and the content of the website is just scrolling up, and it is slowly revealing the footer from behind itself. And I think it's a really nice effect, and I will also show you the Framer project that I created. So as you can see, this is the same effect here, and so we're gonna be able to do this really easily. It will probably be my shortest video because it is really easy to do. So let's jump into Framer and let's talk about this little starter file. It's really important that if you go down to the description, you're going to find this starter file, so you're going to be able to start building this fixed footer with me. So yeah, this is just a simple setup here. As you can see, we have a desktop breakpoint here, and within that desktop breakpoint we have a main frame, and this main frame is really important because we will have our sections within this frame, and it is actually a stack. If we take a look at its properties, you can see that the direction is set to vertical, the distribute is set to start, and the gap is 0. So if I add new sections to this, it will just be placed right after each other. So it is a really handy setup, and we need to do this because we need a frame that keeps all our sections within itself, because we need to position this section above the footer, because what really happens here is that this footer is here right now. We cannot see it because the main frame is above it. But then when we reach the end of the website, it will be revealed because we don't have any more content within the main frame. So that's why we need to create this main frame here that contains all the sections. We set its z index to 2 because that way we can make sure that it will be above the footer section. If you don't know what is z-index, it is basically just a number that determines the position of the element on the z-axis. So let's say if we have a layer that has z-index 3 and a layer that has z-index 1, the z-index 3 will be here and the z-index 1 will be here. So the 3 will be above the 1. So that's how simple it is. It's nothing special. And so what we have here now is basically the main frame and 2 sections within that. And we also have this little footer design here. It basically has a desktop variant and a phone variant, and we can just cut it from here with Command X, and we can paste it in here within this desktop breakpoint. And I'm going to make sure that it is right here on top. But as you can see, now it is relatively positioned, and if I start scrolling on this website, it will be just, part of the flow, but we want this to be fixed. So what we can do here is we can set it to fixed, and then as you can see, now we cannot see it because it has z-index 1, but I'm going to change it to z-index 2 for a second so we can see it, because I want to show you how we are positioning it. So we are positioning it in a way that we activate the left and the right pin, and also the bottom one, and these values are all set to 0. This way, as you can see, this footer is sticking to the bottom of the viewport basically the whole time as we scroll down on this website. And what we need to do here is we need to set the height to a responsive size, because right now it is fixed, it is 560 pixels, but we need to set it to around maybe 70 VH, but you can also set it to 100 VH. It is really up to you. I'm gonna work with 70 VH right now. And as you can see, it will be a responsive size. It will always take up 70% of the given viewport height. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that the z-index of this footer is 1. So now it is behind these sections. And as you can see, as I reach the end of these sections, I see a little blue part here because the last section's corners are rounded. But I cannot scroll further down and I cannot see the footer because of that. And that's why we're gonna add a last section here. So I'm gonna duplicate it by pressing Command and D, and this will be the last section. I'm gonna call this helper section, and it is really important. I'm gonna write it here that this has the same height as the footer. So first of all, I'm gonna make sure that this last section doesn't have any content, and I will make sure also that it doesn't have a fill color, because if we remove the fill color, what you're gonna notice is that we're gonna be seeing through this last section, and that's why we're gonna be able to see the footer here. And the reason why we need to make sure that the height is the same as the footer, because then we can make sure that we will see the full footer. Because if, for example, this section is, let's say, has a fixed height of 500 or 400 pixels, what you're gonna notice is that we cannot scroll further down and we cannot see the full footer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the same 70 VH height for this helper frame. And now, as you can see, as I scroll down, I see the full footer. But right now here, we're gonna see a little problem. As you can see, here's this email, for example, which needs to be clickable because this is a link and I cannot click it. I cannot, select any text here. I cannot click anything on this footer. That's because we basically have a frame above the footer. We have this helper section above it. As we are inspecting this, we have the helper frame and it is see-through, and that's why we see through it and see the footer. But this frame is still there and we cannot click anything that is below it. What we need to do is we need to make sure that the pointer events of this frame is set to none. So here is this pointer events is already added, but I'm going to remove it and show you that you can edit here. So you can set it to none. And now, as you can see, you'll be able to select the text and click the links as well. And by the way, one little trick that I did here is that I set the main frame's pointer events to none, as you can see here. And then I set the sections here that needs to be clickable because they have content, of course, within them. So we set them to pointer events auto, as you can see here as well. This section also has pointer events auto, so they are, clickable and I can select the text on them. But on the last section, the helper section needs to have pointer events none, so we can make sure that we can basically interact with the layer below it, which is basically the footer. So that's how you can create this little fixed footer design on your website. And you can go to the phone breakpoint when you're done and just make sure that the variant of the footer is the phone variant here. So as you can see, it works here as well perfectly. So yeah, I think that's it. Like I said, that it will be pretty much an easy job. So yeah, that's it for this tutorial. I really hope that it was all clear, but let me know if I missed something in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions. And yeah, don't forget that I also have a free course on Framer University. Maybe it's not out yet, maybe it's out, I'm not sure, but just go to Framer University and check it out. It's fully free. And yeah, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.